Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Solana Made Simple. I'm SMS, your host. This is a short segment from my Twitter space called Simply Chillin. You guys are more than welcome to join live, ask your questions there. You can be featured on the show as well. But go ahead and give everybody that you see in this video a follow. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and like this video. I do appreciate it. And again, if you had any questions, put them in the comments. We'll cover them on the next Twitter space. Again, that's Saturday morning. I'm not exactly sure what time, but make sure you follow me and put those notifications on so you don't miss out. It's going to be time-sensitive information, and it's going to be current events, stuff that might help you out, with your investing and trading, or if you had any questions about projects, we might be able to take a look at that live. But listen into this. There's a lot of good information, and like I said, these minds are some of the better minds coming up in the Solana space. So enjoy the video and listen all the way to the end. And I'm 100% going mechanical engineering because working construction, it's like, they don't tell you this, but you are doing what a mechanical engineer does. You just don't know how to think as one. And that's like the crazy thing that I noticed from being, blue collar construction worker, hard work, put your time in. It's not a lifestyle that I liked to live, but it paid the bills. It's respectable, and, there's no shame in it. Not everybody has the same mindset with things and are willing to learn, so like that's great for them, and they can excel at that, and they find that one thing that they're good at. And I think that's what we need to remember sometimes. It's like there's like I forget what it is, it's like an 80-20% rule. Like 80% of the shit really doesn't matter. Focus on the 20% that like it really matters, that you're passionate about, that like will take you somewhere. That other, like, sometimes these spaces are not ideal for us as creators, innovators, and people that want to help grow the space as founders and project owners and stuff like that. Spending too much time listening to stuff that's just not going your direction. It might be good, but it might not be going in the direction that you need. It's taking a little bit away. So it's something to remember. And I take a 30 minutes out of my day. I try to watch like YouTube videos on like what I like. Like last night I was typing in how to make better reviews, and my main thing was I need to start outlining and then following a little bit of an outline. So if you watch my last Sharky 5 video, I really do follow the outline a little bit better, and the delivery, I think, it was a lot smoother when I watched it back then. Just kind of going off the riff. Even though those look kind of good, I can doctor them up and make them look enjoyable, but I'm trying to keep that captivation. And I learned how to use the animation, which was really sick. Like the sharks kind of popping in there and swimming in, man. It was fun. So I'm having fun doing this stuff. It doesn't feel like a job, and just need to keep doing that.
That's the way, brother. That's the way. And actually, I think that, especially like on that aspect, it's more like looking at things and looking at someone doing it like better than you, and just saying, okay, so what I'm not doing and he's doing, and it's just that. You just have to put the work that you're not looking at. It's like you could just like watch someone doing something like better than you, or have more knowledge, and just see what you're not doing. It's just about something that you're not doing.
Yeah, for sure. That's such a good point, right? I, I couldn't say it any better. Like when I see somebody or something that like they're doing, I'm like, damn, what am I not doing? Right? You know what I mean? Like exactly that.
You just have to work on that, and you're exceeding, and you're having a better. It's just about improving your weaknesses.
Yeah, 100%. There was, I can't remember exactly how I phrased it, but I sent Orange a message the other day, and it was like 3 eyes, and it's something that I think would be really cool to incorporate with icon, given the eye thing and the idea. All pun intended.
I'm super fucked with that. I think we should talk about it more. I wanted to sort of jump in and say, first of all, I'm glad you brought up like the value of working construction and working blue collar jobs, because I grew up working a blue collar job. My parents owned a business selling car hoists. Okay, so since I was 14, all the way up until I was 19, that was what I did. Like, not just for a living. Like that was what I wanted to become. That was what I wanted to be the best at, was a hydraulics technician. And I feel like when you enter into that sort of a work environment and that sort of a job, like those guys are better problem solvers than 98% of anyone who works a white collar job. And I've been on both sides of the fence. Like, I grew up working with my hands, getting covered in hydraulic oil, fucking constantly trying to figure out how to solve for stability issues, fucking meeting codes with these goddamn hoists. And then you start to also, like, even if you're on a job site, you're a carpenter, right? You necessarily have to learn other skills, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're an entrepreneur and you want to build your business. As an example, like, just from my own experience, right? We grew up selling hoists, and so I got a job with the business that we were contracting to install them, right? So I learned how to build them and work with them. And then you start to get into, okay, well, this guy wants a hoist. He doesn't have the pad thickness on his cement to support a hoist. I guess we're learning how to pour a slab now, right? I guess we're going to learn how to work concrete now. And you figure that shit out, right?
Dude, that's so good.
And you evolve and you grow. Or the hoist can't fit in this garage, right? We're going to cut a piece off the back toe, right? We're going to cut 2 inches off the back pad on the foot, let's say. But we need to make up for that structurally. So now I need to learn how to weld an I-beam.
And you know what's funny about that? Let me just jump in right there. So, like, everything you're saying and the way you're explaining that is the way a mechanical engineer processes their thought. Like, how does this affect the next thing? And how do I make this work? And why would it work if I cut this? Because if I turn it, it'll fit this way, but it won't, that way. It's like little things like that. You don't even know these skill sets. And going back into school was like a real eye-opener. Like, I knew what I wanted to have. I had a very lasered focused direction. Like, my goal was 4.0 GPA. I went dean's list and then president's list. And when you're saying that, man, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, if I ever walked into you and had no idea who you were, I feel like your energy and my energy would like connect. I'd probably be like, yo, what's up? How you doing? GM, like, I just feel like I can understand your background, where you came from, just from how you talk. And it's great to get to know people on a level like this and like kind of know a little bit more past the NFT, past the PFPs. And I think that's a great quality with our community. I mean, all the faces in here are amazing. Like, they're very knowledgeable. I've been able to start to get to know all of you on a weekly and monthly basis, not even just like I see you around, or I recognize that, like, I know your voice, I know what's going on in your life. Like, my boy Brandon, I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a dog trainer. He's a NFT trader, crypto investor. He's got a wealth of knowledge. He's from the East Coast. I'm sure me and him are going to be linking, or have plans to get together up for the NFT NYC. So it's like he's right on par with me. So I mean, if you don't follow him, follow him. Me and him are working together with this project called the Learn Group. We kind of had something scheduled. Its ass fell out today, but that's exactly like why we're able to do this kind of thing and just keep rolling with the punches and adapt. And getting to know each other is something I want to do more. And Nakuro, I haven't heard much from you. I know that you're more recently new from me in this space, but if you'd want to come up and kind of just give a little input on your end, if you got the time.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, we haven't really talked, you and I, have we?
Not too much, no.
Yeah, as you know, Icon's community manager. Let's go. And yeah, basically, I'm coming from the gaming industry and B2B sales.
Right.
Marketing stuff. So yeah, that's kind of my background.
Like e-games and stuff like that?
Yeah, like yeah.
Awesome.
Like AAA games and stuff.
Gotcha. I was talking to my nephew about games, because I'm not a gamer, but I've always paid attention to it, because I was like, this is a building thing, and it gained momentum, back in the day, and it's kind of like steamrolled the industry, and the way they adapted into the technology and the social media stuff is kind of like crazy, and I don't think it gets enough attention.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then I'm also like a Twitch streamer, so that's basically that.
You could probably help me out with live streams, because I'm not good at it.
Yes.
I have no idea how to even go about it. I just press record and I'm like looking on my phone trying to make sure it looks good. I'm like, all right, it might be all right. I'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. It's great to get to know you more, because I see you're consistent. I love that about the people that are in this community, is like seeing the consistency, especially in this time. I mean, people are running for the hills, and the other ones are building foundations, and I think that's where it's the most fun for me right now. I go ahead, Nicole.
Yeah, and also to add to that, when I was new to NFTs, like the lingo was the hardest for me to get.
Oh, that's a great point.
So if you could like maybe explain like these terms
Yeah.
and how you talk like the lingo, because if you say like to someone like PFP and bullish and yeah, you know, all that, no one's gonna understand.
All right, so here, do me a favor. I think this will be fun for us to work together with this. Send me a list of like the top 10 words that you have. You're just like, what the hell is he talking about just now? And
Bro, that's huge. I actually love that. I remember when the NFT space has so much like different jargon than the wider crypto space. And I think it's so funny, right? But it was when I came in here in like almost a year ago now into Soul NFTs. It's like such a different microcosm from the rest of Web3, and like just from like a shitcoin pump and dump background, like on BMB fucking around, like it's not exactly an entirely different atmosphere, but it is like so much more socially driven, and I feel like that's where a lot of these like insular terms are born. Well, it's fucking definitely something people need to be acquainted with.
I forget who exactly was saying it, and I don't even want to say a name because like the only one that comes to mind was, and he doesn't have like the most favorable following, but he has a following of intelligent people that understand there's value to what he brings, even if it's kind of like ugly, whatever. But he said something about, if I'm correct, Solana's main thing is its social aspect that it carries with it. No other coin's ever been able to do something like this. And even that freaking BitBoy guy just tweeted out, like, Solana's going down, it's dead, blah, blah, blah. The only hope it has is the community. And I'm like, you bozo. Like,
bro, BitBoy said we were going to be at $264,000 Bitcoin right now a year ago. That guy's not worth shit. I actually... Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why I laugh, because I'm like, come on, man, like this guy's not even in this space and he's gonna like give his take on it. Like, okay, that's like me giving my take on freaking water polo and I don't even know anything about it. Like, get the hell out of here. But still, I'll take it with a grain of salt. I'll be like, okay, maybe it is, but you know what? If that is the case, that's why we're here. Community. If that's what's gonna carry it, I'm gonna put the fucking blockchain on my goddamn back. Let's go.
So, can I step in on that? You know, you gotta take what a lot of people say with a grain of salt, especially people like him, because like I do listen to him. Like, I know a lot of people hate him, but I do listen to him. I just take everything with a grain of salt, and I do my own research. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I think that's like the biggest thing with that guy is like this whole FTX thing. Like, I don't know how people are going to sit there and say this guy doesn't know what he's talking about when he has been, you know, preaching about Sam and the scam that he was imploding into the space. But, you know, the dude does say some dumb shit sometimes. But, you know, all these, like, high-end influencers in the game, like, you got to remember, like, at the end of the day, dude, we're still so early that they can still pump their bag. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, when I got into the space, I was literally watching a video and it listed like 10 of the top influencers and it said to follow them. So I was following them for like my first 3 or 4 months. Anything they were posting, that was like, that's what I got to get in. That's what I got to get in. And you think I made any money? Fuck no. I didn't make anything. All I did was just have a bunch of like community presence and like think that these people were my friends and never replying to my shit. I'm like, yo, what is the point of supporting this shit? Like, the reciprocation's not there. I don't understand why people think this is the right way to go. Like, you're building this other person's whole thing up and like they're not responding to you or giving you the time of day. Like, no, like that's not the way it works for me. And I'm okay with the small crowd because I think there's more value with that, and I think it grows over time with consistency. I mean, you see who comes and goes and you see what they bring on the table, and the ones that you start to have a weird feeling about, they disappear, and it's no surprise to me. I mean, I'm like, all right, well, I saw that one coming a mile away, but yeah.